Alright, what's going on, Forgotten Nation? I'm your host, FG. Welcome back to some more of the Fancy Pants Adventures. Last we left off, we took to the camp before, saw a couple of frogs and some devious birds that we'll see later on. But up next, we're going to continue on with the forest aspect into the darker parts of the woods. And if you may have guessed it, well, props to you. This is Stage 4, the Rolling Bayou. So we're going to see a lot more frogs now, and overall, the level design is a lot more menacing compared to before. But no worries, as long as we continue on with the path. Now, it's worth mentioning that because I went back to the home, this put me in the lower half of the stage. Had I continued on from before that we'd taken the higher route, we would have been in a different area that would have gave us access to another star. Which means we're going to be limited this time around to only 2 stars out of 3. And as you see, the area over there, I believe, is where we would have started. So if anything, we may return back to this at a later point in the LP. But for now, let's just focus. Just gonna dip into the waters below. So there we got our next message from Cutie Pants. So let's hop on down. Do not fall from here. You're late! Hurry up! The pirates just dropped me on a frog wearing a hat! Okay, let's continue. So, up here, I believe, is, yep, one of the stars. So, let's just follow along. There we go. Alright. And here's the frog with a hat! And it's the next challenge room. No, my dear fancy chap, do not stop me. I can see you're a man of pomp and circumstance. You must recognize that I am not like those other frogs. I have a magnificent hat and perfectly groomed mustache. Since you're here, I wonder if you could aid me in a personal dilemma that you must thrust upon me. You see, a frog of my stature should not be seen with acquaintance such as yourself that cannot perform above and beyond the line of duty. If you could please complete a run at Gentleman's Sports, if only to save my pristine reputation, I'm sure you'll understand. Radio, hop to it. Hello, my baby! Hello, my honey! Hello, my ragtime gal! But anyways, complete the course in less than 100 seconds. And you'd be surprised, it's Fancy Golf Ball. So, just like in World 2, we gotta get the snail shell to the hole. So yes, it does return, but if anything, this time, it's time trials. Which means it's only harder. And I struggled back in World 2. So, don't worry too much on the time, but be sure that you're going fast enough. Focus more on the design, and more importantly, that you don't mess up. Otherwise, that time's not going to matter because you're not going to get it through in time. So anyways, let's see if we can clear the enemies. Pretty good. Alright. Give it a light kick forward. And give it a good kick into the hole. There we go. Not the last we'll be seeing a fancy golf ball. Far from it. But that's the first challenge involving it. Bravo. Quite the show, old chap. In recognition of your feat, I bestow upon you the finest symbol of gentleness there is. A replica of my hat, of course. Now do run along. Things to do and all that. Well, I wouldn't call it a replica, but that's a pretty slick hat. So, let's continue on with the bayou, and watch out for the other frogs that he mentioned. Alright, so not too much to this area, so we're going to keep going forward. And Fancy Pants, when he's by water, has the urgency to either do a cannonball or a dive. And as we saw there, it looked pretty painful. But let's just keep going forward. Alright. So we're taking the higher route, but we gotta go back down there if we want the rest of the scribbles. Alright, so we're gonna do this. And if we land it just like that. Alright. Continue on the path now. Alright. Okay, time for the time trial. This is probably one of the harder ones to do. Yep, I already failed. Alright, so let's get back on the spring. Oh, I didn't jump. Dang it! Yeah, this is gonna take some trial and error. So we gotta get back over there. So we're gonna fall right through. Yep, there we go. Okay, here we go, take 3. So jump, Take the spring. Alright, there really isn't much time between each scribble, so you gotta really focus. But just like that, we took it on. So, let's continue. We should probably go back, because I believe there's still more, because this is going to take us to the next area. We still have a couple of collectibles to find. So let's just go back this way. Alright, so we gotta time it just right and bop on these enemies. Careful now, don't want to fall. Alright, so ready? 1 bounce, 2 bounce, 3 bats, 4 bats. And luckily these bats do spawn back, so if we fail, we will be able to get back up here. But let's just continue. Alright. So here we have the room. Let's go into it. Alright. What we got? Alright, platforming challenge. Just gotta scale the tree canopy. So we're gonna favor over here. Try to get the scribbles as we continue. Alright. Go down here. Oh no. No. It's worth mentioning that if you do get damaged, you won't cling on to the ropes. So you will fall a good amount in this area if you're not careful. As you saw with me falling. Keep going. Get the scribbles. Alright. Oh, didn't do it fast enough. Okay, and there we go. Slide into action. Alright. Keep going. If you ask me, I think this would probably be one of the best areas to have one of those time trials. At least with the design. I think it would work very well. But it wanted that little area before. Okay, so there's a star. So all we gotta do is grab it. There we go. And let's get out of here. Through the door. Alright, we're doing good. Alright, and there's probably more to the left if I'm recalling. Yep. So it's going to take us over here. So time it just right. Do not fall here. Okay, we're going to get a lot of scribbles. Squiggles? Scribbles? I've already forgotten which one it is. I think it's squiggles. Yeah, it is squiggles. Alright, and that's all we're going to be able to do because we didn't take the route from before. So, let's just get to the end of the stage. And as I mentioned, we'll probably revisit this just to show off that other area. But let's just get through the stage. If you ask my personal opinion, I really don't like level design that forces you to have to play a stage before going into the next stage just to get the unlockables. Because it makes it a pain in the ass, say you miss something, and you're trying to figure out how to get it, but it's small attention to detail. But let's just hop into the next area, into the giant tree. Wait for it. Alright. Probably my favorite transition right here. Gonna get some scribbles. There we go. So, we go from the deep woods, from the Rolling Bayou to the Bummin' Beach. So yeah, we got a beach level, and it's a lot of fun. Down there you saw there was actually a beach ball that we're able to kick around just like the snail shell. You don't get much out of it, but it's fun to kick it. It is fun. Alright, so taking the lower route of the Rolling Bayou, we had 2 out of 3 stars with a total of 224 scribbles, which makes our percentage a 80%. So, that's moderately good for taking the lower route. And we got the cameo pant colors. So, alright. So, that's going to do it for the Bayou. Stay tuned as we continue into Bummin' Beach. Personally, one of my favorite stages in the game, just because of its aesthetic alone. But we're going to have a good time. We're going to have a good time. If you guys liked the video, be sure to leave a like or even comment below. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm just thinking about that frog and the hello my baby, hello my honey. Is that like the first thing that comes to your mind when you think about like a talking frog? That's what comes to my mind at least.